an iPhone, there's a T.
Welcome, guys. Today we're having Dr. Radzivhoni from Tembisa Hospital. She graduated here in Fakomakhato's institution. So welcome, Dr. Radzivhoni. I don't know if there's anything that I missed in terms of introduction that side.
Oh, thank you. There's not much. Yeah, I'm Dr. Radzivhoni. I graduated. Well, I'm graduating tomorrow, but I completed my studies last year at SMU, and I'm currently working at Tembisa Hospital.
Oh, okay, perfect. Now, congratulations are in order. I mean, unfortunately, we are doing this visual thing, so it becomes a huge problem. You don't get to have that, adrenaline of Siana Marina dance.
Well, thank you.
So,
it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah.
Okay. No, it won't take long, and thanks for having us today. Honestly, like it's just simple questions that we ask there and there, just so you share some light with us on how Tembisa was. Was Tembisa your first option in terms of wanting to be in Gauteng, or you had other options?
Okay, how I sort of like fell on Tembisa was when I was in the decision process, my first consideration was location. I wanted to be in Gauteng, preferably Joburg or Pretoria. So that was where I started. And I remember there were a few hospitals. So there was George Mukari, Steve Biko, Kalafong, and the side Tambo Memorial was closed, Tembisa, Eden Vale. So I just wanted to be in this area. And then I just asked around about Tembisa. Someone knew someone who worked in Tembisa. It was a very long process, and you have experience if you work there and stuff like that. And then I did my own research, and that's how I landed on Tembisa. So it was my first choice.
Oh, okay. So how many interns do they take that side?
This year I think they took 40 something, if I'm not mistaken, or they were supposed to take 40 something, and they took way less than they were supposed to.
Oh.
But it's 30 or 40 something. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. But that's far. I know you don't have much of the intel in terms of how the rotations are. But I believe that you being there now, there's something that you can share with us. So far, what rotations have you done so far? Maybe if you just take us through that and up until now.
So how first year internship works is you do the big four, which is pediatrics, obstetrics, internal medicine, and surgery. So far I've done peds, and now I'm in obs and gynae.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was peds? I know before I go there, maybe if I just ask the organization of you going to do your internship, do you get to be told that you're starting this block when you are in your final year, or you just get there and then boom, tomorrow you're starting in peds?
Well, it from how I know it, it differs with hospitals. Luckily, Tembisa is a bit more organized. So we had orientation in December, actually. So before I actually completed, we had already had orientation. It was on the 15th of December, where we had a meeting with the curator, the head of departments were there of all the blocks. So the bosses were there, and they kind of explained to us how the program is, and they introduced us to different departments. Also, we got to fill in our forms and contracts and the likes. We met with the housing department, basically every department we met with on that day. And then we had a tour of the hospital. So we had a second year intern take us on a tour of the hospital, showing us around. And so we had already gotten our allocations. So on that day, we were given our allocations. So since I was doing peds, they got an intern, a second year intern, to show us around peds. This is where the wards are. This is where casualty peds is, radiology is, and yeah, it was actually quite nice because it sort of made us less nervous. We knew when we came in January what we were coming into. Like, we basically had seen a snapshot of what's gonna happen. And also
No,
with
continue.
residents, we got to apply for residents as well. Yeah.
Oh, I wish all the hospitals could be like this, you know, like the way you're saying it, it's properly organized. I mean, you don't have to be worried about the papers while you're waking. You have to miss your like duty because you have to go to the bank, do this and that. I think it's a great initiative. I'm not sure, maybe it's English that tells me. Isn't the curator that it's someone that has to do with the management that failed, or maybe it's just me?
So the intern curator is basically someone who manages the whole internship program.
Oh, okay.
So yes, so he manages. So within each department, there are curators of each department, but there's the one big intern curator who sort of manages the whole internship program. Like, he liaises with the HPCSA on certain issues. So yeah, he's the manager of it.
It was the English that was showing me. But now, in terms of kids, like, can you take us through it, just like the downfall and the good side of it? Just a few minutes, just you touch on it.
Okay. Well, to start with, I love peds. So peds was challenging, yet I enjoyed it. But coming from SMU, not to badmouth my university, but I didn't have a lot of clinical skill experience. I'm sure you guys don't do skills. You do good with the theory, but the skills, which is the most difficult part, having to take bloods on a newborn, put up IV lines on kids, and all that, it was quite challenging. So the first month was overwhelming because here I was with students from other universities. When I'd ask, have you ever done this before? And they're like, yeah, I've done an LP on a 3-month-old, and I haven't even touched a 3-month-old baby.
Nice.
So yeah, it was quite challenging, but I believe if you're willing to learn, then yeah, you can just like I offered myself to try, basically, and with trying I gained experience, and yeah, I then enjoyed it. But PEDS it was organized. Then that's one thing that I loved about PEDS. It was organized. It is an organized department. Even at SMU, it's an organized department. And also, I think because we're dealing with kids, everything has protocols. You don't just do things blindly. You don't just make decisions. Another thing, yeah, the staff, everyone is nice in PEDS. I did enjoy working with everyone there. I had maybe a few squabbles with.
What are those? What are those?
It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything big, but it was a good experience.
Oh, okay. So, and then with the second one, the current one that you're doing now?
Well, Ops and Gynae is it's Ops and Gynae. It's still the same Ops and Gynae that you know. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of patience, first of all. It's a lot of work in terms of the things that need to be, because I guess it's also as delicate as PEDS. I mean, you're taking care of 2 patients in one, and so yeah, but the organization is not as good because we are trying to push in obs and gynae. You need to be quick.
Yeah, true. Oh my God.
Can come in basically, but in that, I guess we gain and also the people you work with has been, I've quite enjoyed working. Sometimes as an input change, so you get to upset people for no reason. People have very high expectations of you. They expect you to be in 3 places at once. You don't rest. So yeah, it's challenging, but I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah.
What about and I'm not sure if I heard, was it the Tembisa hospital where you find patients lying down in ONG, no bed?
So okay, what I can say is Tembisa Hospital is a tertiary hospital. So it's a provincial tertiary hospital, but it's basically a district hospital setting functioning as a tertiary hospital. So there's not enough space for the kind of patients that we see. Facilities are just not enough. And also the area around here, there are a lot of people. We don't just get people from Tembisa. We get people from Tembisa and around, because with other hospitals like Steve Biko, they don't just take everyone. They don't just take everyone. And in Tembisa, we take everyone. Just come. It doesn't matter. Just come.
Not from
we'll admit you.
any
We can send
district
you home.
hospital. You just come
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Just come. So it's tough. It's a tough situation because the patients they talk to you, they don't talk to management, because quite frankly it's not our decision that everyone should come here from everywhere and there's not enough beds and things like that, but we are on the receiving end. I mean, if I had $1 for every complaint I've heard from a patient, I'd be rich.
Wealthy.
So you need to serious. So you learn to deal with it. You accept what you cannot change and just do whatever you can. And yeah, if you're on the outside, it's difficult for you to actually see that we are trying our best, because it doesn't seem like we are, but we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the course, how are the course there? I think you didn't even touch the course of PEDS, but how are the course in ONG?
PEDS, well, like I said, we see a lot of patients. So that means you work a lot. One thing about Tembisa is, if you're gonna come here, if you wanna come here, you should know that you're coming here to work. The most sleep I've gotten on a call is like 2 hours. If I get 2 hours of sleep, I am happy. Just 2 hours. Whether it's a 24-hour call, it's a 16-hour call, 2 hours, I'm happy. I remember the most hours of sleep I got actually was 4 hours, and that was because I put my phone on silent by mistake. So that was the only time I slept for 4 hours. And but if you're gonna come to Tembisa, you're gonna work. And the challenging thing we had this year was we didn't have enough interns. As I said, they took in way less interns that they're supposed. They took in way less interns. I don't know how many they were supposed to take, but I know now in Ops and Gynae, we're supposed to have at least 20 interns, and there's only 9 of us. So you can imagine, in a whole month, we have to fill in all the spots where 2 interns are supposed to be on call every day.
What?
And there's only 9 of us. Yeah. There's only 9 of us. So
everyone,
I've done.
Yeah. So every 5 days of the week you must be on call, and the weekends.
It's not even every 5 days. It's not every 5 days. So I was on call last week Monday, and then Thursday, and then Sunday, and I was on call yesterday, and I'm on call Saturday. So it's every 3 or 4 days, or 2 or 3 days actually. Every 2 3 days you're on call.
So what about these hours? Do they pay you for these hours? I mean, you are expected to have not more than 80 hours in terms of call or something like that. Do they pay you for that?
Yeah.
These extra hours?
No. Yeah, that's a challenging one. We are supposed to get not more than 80 hours of overtime because they pay us for 80. But yeah, it's a conversation that no one wants to have here. We have tried, and they tell us there's nothing they can do, and what, because I know this month I'm doing 136 hours of calls. So you can imagine from 80, I'm doing like 56 more hours that I'm supposed. That's more than 50%.
So
Yeah.
can you sit and say, I'm done with my hours, I'm no longer doing this? Like, what do you think?
No,
something that is happening there?
No, but I know in other hospitals they actually sit, like they take a stand and they're like, we're not doing more than 80, but here no. Yeah. You just need to work. So that's why I told you, if you want to come here, you're gonna work. Yeah.
You know, it was under one of my list there, but now looking at that, I'll be exhausted every day. I mean,
there are good things about Tembisa. You are not asking me about the good things. Ask me.
Okay. Now let's go to the good things. Yes, let's go to the good things then.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is there is support. There is support here. Like, they don't just throw you into the deep end, although you feel that way because the transition from med school to internship is big. Like, you never expect the kind of responsibility that you're gonna be given on your first day or your first week or whatsoever. But there is support here. You always have your MOs, your regs, your consultants. I mean, you can sit down and have a conversation, with the HOD. I remember in P's, I could just go to her with anything. That's just how good the people here are. So the people, they make it easier. The staff make it easier. The nurses are nice and very helpful if you're nice to them. but yeah, so you're never alone. You're basically never alone. There are people around you. So the support is great, and you learn. I mean, if you have seniors above you, you are bound to learn. They let you do stuff, like they give you responsibilities, if I may say. Like, as an intern, you are working in this ward and you're alone, and do this, should I help you with that, and whatever. So there is support, there is experience because you're given responsibility. And yeah, that's one of the good things. Another thing is, because it's an academic hospital as well. It is an academic hospital for the it's part of the UP circuit. Actually, I didn't know that until I came here. But yeah, it is an academic hospital, so you get students whom you teach, and you learn through teaching. I was given students on my first week here to teach, and I kept telling the poor kids, a few weeks ago I was in your position, so I don't know anything.
Yes.
But anyways, yeah, the teaching is good. If I may say, the teaching and the support is good. Yeah, that's basically the only positive thing I can think about now. Yeah.
Talking about that, it's an academic hospital. Is it a way of more like George? You know, as an intern, you take bloods, you do this, like what they say about academic hospital, that you don't get to like, all you do is to do what work or something like that. You know what they say about interns in George Mukari?
Yeah.
Is it more or the same like that, or it's a better version of it, since it's not really a main.
Yeah, that's what part of the UP circuit. So UP, they have Steve Biko, which is their main academic hospital. They have Kalafong and Tembisa. Just like we have other hospitals that we go to. I just forgot the names. Gosh, shut up.
Jubilee, Bratz, JST, OD. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have enough staff for interns to just do paperwork. Like I told you, there are a lot of patients. A whole ward to yourself for you to see the patients, to do the ward work, have ward rounds with consultants and things like that. So you do make decisions, and they encourage that. They encourage you to see patients and make decisions. It's not just paperwork. Yeah, it's work. It's work.
Oh, okay. And in terms of ops, have you started cutting? I mean, this is your last month, if I'm not mistaken. So have you started cutting? Are you cutting?
Well, yeah. But with cutting, I think
I'm
it's
not
a challenge every
yeah.
way.
Uh-huh.
It's a challenge every way. Where it's quite difficult for seniors to want to teach students. I mean, to want to teach interns. You as an intern have to offer, but they do give us opportunities to cut. I've finished all my 10 Caesars and more. I've done all of my procedures and stuff like that. But the problem here then becomes, because as an intern, you don't work as fast. I mean, now in my last month, yeah, I can do a Caesar within like an hour or an hour and a half. But initially, it took me a long time for me to actually finish a Caesar. And we have so many patients here. They want to push patients out. Like, as I said, like they just want to do things quickly, and then patients can go, so that we don't get patients coming in and sleeping on the benches and stuff like that. So yeah, you get MOs or regis that just don't wanna, they just don't want to teach, and you get those that will offer you, like, on a day, do 3 Caesars or teach you they will take time to teach you the basics. I remember my first patient actually got PPH because I was so slow with the Caesar. But then at least I had a senior who was, supporting me and telling me, no, it happens. This is how you learn, and things like that. So yeah, you get. Hi, can you still hear me? Oh, hi, you're back.
Yes, I can hear you. It's just a bit of a problem with network, but you can still hear you. Don't worry. Are you there?
Okay. Oh. Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Let me ask this, guys. Like, guys, can you see me and her? Like, because I did settings there where I did a mistake there. Can you see her when the screen changes? Like, who's talking, who's not talking on the floor there? Because there's something settings that I did. I don't know what happened. Anyone on the floor, just comment. Okay, so you can see her now. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
We see the one who, yeah.
We can see both of us while we are talking, Netaba.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now
and I send you a WhatsApp text. Check it.
Okay, I'll check it. Yes, doctor, you can continue.
Okay. No, I was done with my answer. I was done.
Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, so I think you guys on the floor, you can ask while I'm busy asking. You can ask any question you have. But that's for, I mean, in terms of the hospital itself, because now we're about to go to the DQ. But Dr. Ngo, are you done selling the hospital to me? Like, or maybe some reasons came to say now the good side of it is this one.
Well, let me think. I personally, I appreciate the experience. I do. I mean, it's like working in the military. You learn to be strong. You learn to be, and like now I've learned responsibility. I have this huge responsibility on me. I don't just get scared when I'm left alone, because first of all, I know if I get into trouble, someone is going to be there to help me. So I have all the confidence to do whatever that I want to do, that I feel like doing. But the boring thing I think about internship, not just internship here at Tembisa, just internship as a whole, is it is mentally, physically, emotionally draining. So you get that every way, and you get it more here because of the workload and the number of patients that we have. But yeah, but I do love it. You should come.
I'll think about that one. I'll think about it. We must continue talking. In fact, we must continue talking, because definitely if you put it in one of the third choice, there they can just throw you into it. You know these people, like it's like you putting Mamelodi there. You're putting yourself out there.
Yeah. Thing is, people don't choose Tembisa here. People don't, like, if you want Tembisa, you're gonna get Tembisa. If you put it as a first choice, you're definitely gonna get it, because people don't quite choose it because of the work.
But you don't get the weekends. Like in a month, how many weekends have you had so far? Like 2 months into ops, how many weekends have you had yourself? It's 4 weekends, right? 8 weekends. How many?
So okay, let me make an example with this man. So so we only get one completely free weekend, one in a month.
In a month, okay.
You get one Saturday call, one Friday call, and one Sunday call, basically. So I was on call Sunday, I'm on call Saturday this week, and I'm on call Friday next week.
And you're on call yesterday.
But yeah, I was on call yesterday and I'm on call technically tomorrow. Again. Okay. That's how, it's because we just don't have enough interns. It's not sort of like a reflection on Tembisa itself. It's a reflection on the Department of Health. They're not giving. And also, one thing about Tembisa that you will hate but love is they're very strict when it comes to HPCSA regulations. You can't work here if you're not registered with the HPCSA, which is something that we struggled with beginning of this year. Especially us from SMU. SMU did us dirty. I'm sure you've heard of the registration. So they were like, no, you can't work here until you're registered. That time, you just don't even know what to do to get registered, because SMU has your forms, or they don't have it, they didn't sign it. It was stressful. So what I can advise you is, if you're gonna come here to Tembisa, when you're filling in your form for internship, when you're applying for internship, basically, or applying for registration, sorry, for internship, keep the form or make a copy or get 2 forms signed. Don't just get that one and send it off to whoever who sends it to HPCSA. Get 2 signed, or get a copy, a soft copy, or whatever. Just keep a copy. Because if I realized, if we had kept copies of our forms, when SMU had all the problems, we could have just submitted our particulars to HPCSA ourselves, and things would have been done faster. But because we didn't have the forms, we had to rely on people from SMU to get the forms, get them signed, and everything. It was quite difficult. And that's why we don't have enough interns here, because there are interns who finished their internship, who finished med school a month later, or like 7 weeks later, because they're repeating blocks. But they don't have registration yet, so they can't start working. Even though they got a post in Tembisa, they can't start working. So yeah.
Okay, okay, I see. No, I think now I'll have to go to the dean there, and he must give me my copy, or yeah, he must sign this one that I have now. But I think it's a message that all people got.
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. I
Okay,
lost you a bit there.
no problem.
Mhm.
So I think if you are more of a learning person, or like what I'm getting from Tembisa is that if you want to learn more, you want to sharpen your skills, you want to work, it's the right place to go, right? Are you
Yeah,
still
I
there?
can I
Mhm.
lost you a bit, but you were saying if you're more of a learning person,
Mm.
that's what I got.
And you want to work, Tembisa is the right hospital for you.
Mhm. Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, if you're willing to put in the effort for you to get the experience, then yeah, Tembisa is the hospital for you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think you have alluded in terms of the going straight. You guys, if you've got any questions on the floor, you can ask her. You can type there. But in terms of the DQ, I think you alluded that you're staying on the hospital DQ within the hospital fence. But how's the DQ? We talk of the main thing: electricity, water. What else that we talk?
Mhm.
If we're taking it through, put sanitation, but it's not part of it. But how is the DQ itself?
Well, it's not the best. It's not great. So
Yeah.
technically Tembisa doesn't have a DQ because sorry, as much as Tembisa Hospital is an academic as hospital for doctors, it's also an academic hospital for nurses as well. So they sort of like took nurses residents and technically don't have a DQ, but yeah.
Mm.
So it's not the best. I can tell you, if you want your own apartment, you're not gonna get it here. I mean, apartment as in like you have a bachelor, a bedroom, living room area, kitchen, bathroom, your own bathroom. Yeah, you're not gonna get it here. So what you get is you get it's a two-roomed sort of like, I don't know what to call it,
Yeah, that
flat.
round yeah, house type of a townhouse thing. Mhm.
Yeah, so they're like two. Yeah,
I missed you. I missed
I
you
mean
there.
a bedroom. Yeah, you get one that is a bedroom, and then
Okay.
one that is living room slash kitchen. So there's a kitchenette
Mhm.
in the living and the living room area. In terms of showers and bathrooms and everything, you still share.
With
So
with your mate.
there are three showers for, was it three people? So there's like one bath. Yeah.
You know,
So
I
that
the,
but that
the network has been bad. I'm not sure if it's on my side, because I was listening there. I missed the part you say you got two bedrooms, like then you share, but now I had the three showers or three bathrooms. Maybe if you
oh
could, yeah.
oh the other one is a living room with a kitchenette. Where so it's a small kitchen basically. You get your own, you get a sink at least. And then
Mhm.
sink, but yeah. But
Okay.
then showers you still share. Showers and bathrooms you share, but you share with three people. Yeah. So you live alone in this two-roomed sort of like apartment, but then you shower share with like three people.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you're staying in a two-bedroom and you're staying alone.
Yeah.
No, okay, okay.
Basically.
People on the floor usually ask for you to take us through that, even though you want to go to your main bedroom. But as a woman, I believe women they prepare their bed, very well. But can you take us through the view, the overview of what we could expect when you get there?
Well, I'll send you pictures. I saw, I'm sure someone has pictures. Like when it's empty, it's basically just two rooms. It's not an apartment whatsoever. It's two big rooms. It was actually one large room, and then they like separated it, and then it became two,
Wait,
and then
okay.
yeah.
Wait, it's
But
like,
yeah,
okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
it's literally just 2 big rooms. Yeah.
Okay, you send me pictures because I will have to edit it and edit here on this video, right? Because now I understand. It seems like you're not alone there, so I understand.
I am actually, one thing about Visa DQ is they don't allow families. So if you want to live with your family, definitely don't. You don't stay in DQ. You find your own apartment or something. Like they don't allow kids here to stay here and husbands and whatever. Yeah.
Okay. These guys are hearing it. I remember in the last video, someone once asked if you can stay in with the family and all that. I believe they're having this. I think it's a more of strict hospital. If you're a strict person by book, I think it's good. It's good for those kind of people.
Well, you wouldn't want to bring your family here because you're never here. I'm literally never here. Sometimes I spend so much time in the hospital. When I come back to my room, it feels weird. But because I come back here to sleep, technically. So yeah.
Okay. No, I think it is a good hospital. I would say that. I think it's a good hospital in terms of learning. And like they said, there are two types of interns. So if you really want to learn, I think we should come to this one. But in terms of the surrounding, what can you tell us? I think we've come to the end, almost the end of our interview. But in terms of the surrounding, even though people know that Tembisa, it's more of, it's in the Gauteng, the side of Joburg, Midrand, but those who do not know, what do they have nearby? Entertainment, malls, what do you have that side? How far are they?
So Tembisa is a township. It's sort of like Alex for Sentin. Like so it's Tembisa for Midrand, basically. But you are in between Centurion and Midrand, basically. And it's not far from both Centurion and Midrand. I shop at Mall of Africa.
How far? How long does it take to get there?
I Uber there. I don't have a car yet, so I Uber there. And the Uber is like not that expensive.
What the expensive price is subjective.
It's not that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that far. It's not that far. So yeah, I can go to Mall of Africa. I can go to Centurion. I can go to Irene. I can go, like, I'm in the middle of a lot of places, basically. But the Tembisa itself, Tembisa, I don't know if it's because I don't have time or I don't know, but I haven't seen the surroundings of Tembisa, basically. But yeah, it's not bad, and it's more Olifantsfontein than Tembisa. The hospital is more it's closer to Olifantsfontein. It's on the Olifantsfontein road than like inside, so it's not inside Tembisa.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. I understand. I think that's fine for me. I think I've exhausted my questions from this side, but there's a question that guys always ask. Maybe if you touch on terms of on that question, it's more of one of them as the insurances. All these insurances, medical aid policies. Then from there we go to the investment. And maybe if you touch on that, because I won't be doing justice, because we need to hear how people do it. Like personally, individually, because we cannot say that this one is this way. So it's always a question that we ask towards this, because there's finances here, and what if you die now? What happens? So in terms of insurances, medical aids, policies and investments, what do you have, or you can share from your side?
Like you said, finances are personal to everyone. I mean, personal as to your preference. Some people would rather have this over that. But what I've learned is it's when you get that paycheck,
yes,
it's a lot to take in at first. But you'll be surprised, it's so easy to spend all of it. yet you feel like it's a lot. So I would advise that you should sort of like think about all this before the time you get the salary. People from those people from Sanlam, what's
PPS.
the popular one, Abacon.
Mm.
Yeah, attend those things. It's quite important because it opens your eyes sort of like to the world of earning a salary, basically adulthood, because yeah, the transition is real. And yeah, you feel it. So I signed up with Oracle, and so I had a guy, a broker, Avi, I'm sure he's tried to talk to you guys, who basically sent me down and yeah, basically he explained everything to me, and he then advised me that at this level, at your level, these are the important things that you need to have. The other things that maybe if you just want to save more or whatever, you might want to have this. Things like income protection. You need income, especially now in the time of COVID. I mean, yeah, you're gonna lose time while, and that's the thing about internship. You get 13 days of sick leave. A year, I think so, yeah. And imagine if you have had COVID twice. If you get COVID twice, it means that you take days off where you need to pay them off. It's not like when you are a permanent employee, you need to pay those days. And extending your internship means you get placed late and stuff like that. So you need income protection. Retirement annuity, some do it for the purposes, get tax returns, you get a lower tax rate and stuff like that. Life insurance, obviously, funeral policies, you can get those, especially if you have kids. I have a child, so those kind of things are important to me. Maybe start investing towards your children's education if you do have children, and yeah.
Oh, okay.
So for me, finances, it was more of this is what I need first, and then nice to have. Like for me, a car was a nice to have because I stay here. I never go anywhere. I work 3 weekends a month, so I hardly go anywhere. So yeah.
And if you want to go, you Uber or you order in and all those things.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to Uber 1 weekend in a month.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And in terms of these investment opportunities,
It depends, honestly, on, like, I personally, the time to think of all that is not the, when I come back here, I just want to rest. So for me right now, it wasn't the right time to start adding more things to, like, if you mean, if by investing you mean business opportunities and stuff like that, you can do that if you have the time. I mean, you have the money. So if you have the time, you just need time. And you can do all that. But if you work in a busy hospital like this one, yeah, it can be challenging for you to think about other things other than medicine. But yeah, you can. I mean, like I said, the money sounds like it's a lot, and it is easy to spend all of it. I'm telling you, you won't know where your first salary went. You don't even buy furniture that time, and you don't even know where it went.
yeah.
But
I do.
but you learn as time goes how to manage your finances and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think the other important part, as a mother, I think that you must touch on, it's that our request. It's that there are interns now that are planning to have kids that are maybe probably pregnant, maybe giving birth then, others already have kids. So how do you balance that? I mean, now you have just
I already have a child, and I stay here, so obviously I don't stay with my son here because I stay in DQ.
Mhm.
And it was a decision made based on what is it that I can handle at this moment, because when I started, I actually wanted my son to come live with me. I'd go get an apartment and all that. And peds was a lot. It was a lot. I mean, when I'm back here, when I'm in my room, I'm basically sleeping. That's peds and obs and gynae. So I wouldn't have the time to sort of, deal with a toddler, because my son is 3 years old, and then deal with work. It will be overwhelming. I'm still an intern. I'm still learning. But it in terms of pregnancy, I think the most important thing is maternity leave in internship. So you do get maternity leave in internship, but you have to pay it back. So they will give you your 4 months of maternity leave, but you are basically extending your internship program with 4 months.
Yeah, I think that's one of the downfall part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you rather do it in final year, by now in March, you get to do it.
No, you're too late. If you're gonna deliver January, you're too late. It's too late for you. Wait for ComServe or something. It's too late. One thing is, if you delay, the thing is internship sort of like creates a domino effect. Not just internship, med school as well, which is something that I didn't know. I mean, if you come into internship late, you're gonna go into ComServe late. And because this is like government things, placement can be difficult if you're doing things a bit later than everyone else. When you want to apply for posts, MO posts, it will be a bit more difficult for you. So yeah, I think it's a good conversation to have when you're still in med school, where you need to know that time is actually of the essence. You don't have to rush or whatever, do above your means, but you need to know that everything that you're gonna do now with your time is gonna create a domino effect. Yeah.
So now, what advice would you give to the females that are planning to, would you say 4th year, 5th year, somewhere there?
Do you mean females that are planning to have children?
Yes. And don't want to have problems, next year or soon.
What I would say is, at least you know that if you want to have a child, you can have a child. It is a bit, I can imagine going through internship pregnant, because pregnancy is a lot. So especially working here in Tembisa, then you extend your internship. They're very, like, internship is more or less like medical school. There are very little things that can happen and you have to repeat and things like that. It's still, you're still under the spotlight, basically. So you should make, when you make it decisions as to how you wanna go through your internship days, you should know that there are rules that needs to be followed and stuff like that. And it's just like med school, you can repeat. Yeah.
Okay. I think people got that, because it was one of my questions. If you go to maternity leave, what happens to those peds? All those blocks. But I think you answered it very well. They need to decide. It's either now in 5th year, going to final year, or wait, because now it's going to give you a lot of challenges. Like, I've seen people who repeated a block now. They had challenges in terms of getting placement because they finished in March or somewhere there. So it was a bit of a challenging part. But now, what words closing? What words do you have? The last words you have for the final years and all those junior students. Final years started doing internship next year, and the juniors.
Enjoy med school. Enjoy medical school. Enjoy being a student. I know I used to complain a lot. I actually felt like my days as a student were far too long. this thing was taking too long to happen. But enjoy your time as a student, learn as much as you can, try to expose yourself to the skills as much as you can. As much as you're gonna sit in your room and study, try your best to go and take bloods, put IV lines and everything, because you don't want to be that intern where they have to teach you everything as if I had this one MO who once said, because I had never done a pap smear before in varsity. And then he was like to me, go do a pap smear. I'm like, I have never done it. He's like, what do you mean you've never done a pap smear before? So you're gonna get those kind of people who expect you to know everything. But obviously you won't know everything. But just try your best to expose yourself. When they ask for help in the world, help out. It's for your own learning experience. Also, the don't expect that leaving med school, coming here is like the grass is greener on the other side. The grass might be green, but it's definitely a different shade of green. It's a different shade to what what I was expecting. So now when you come to internship, you're coming to the real world. There's no more banking. You have to be accountable for everything that you do. Yeah, basically you're an adult now. You're expected to work. There's no I am tired. I mean, you work 24 hours straight from 8 a.m. and 8 a.m. and then there's post call and stuff like that. And you can't complain. I mean, it's your job. You can't complain. When they call you at 3 a.m. and you had just sat down 10 minutes ago, you have to get up and go. So yeah, just know that after med school comes the real world. It's tough. It's not nice at times. The money sometimes is not worth it, I tell you. But you love it. Just remind yourself that I chose medicine and I love medicine, and yeah, this is my calling. Even if it's not, just tell yourself it's your calling. You get through it. So yeah, but anyways, you have fun. You have fun.
And to the juniors.
The juniors, don't stress. That's all I can say. I stressed so much about a lot of things that I didn't have to. Focus on what is in front of you. Don't start thinking when I go to internship. I mean, when you're still in fourth year, you can't be thinking about, I don't want to be a doctor who doesn't know anything. No. Focus on what's in front of you. Make make friends with people who are a level ahead of you, so they can sort of like teach you as it goes. Even, I mean, if you had a friend when you're in fourth year, was in fifth year, when that person gets to internship, they sort of like take you through how internship is. You have that someone to assist you. So yeah, focus on what's in front of you and make friends. That's what I can say. And enjoy med school, guys. Enjoy med school. I know it's terrible, but try your best to enjoy med school. I mean, here we don't have fun. We don't just have fun. We work. We work.
Yeah. I think those who have years have had, Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, Dr. Bungo. Thanks for your time. I think we've come to the end of our interview. There were no questions raised. I think you were thorough, no one raised any questions. If you guys have questions, it's Bungo. I don't know the Easter handle, but I will share it. But if it's just say Dr. Bungo or the Dr. Vhugie, I think, or Vhugie.
Dr. Vhugie, yeah.
Yeah, VHUG.
So it's Dr._Vhugie. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you do that, then I think you'll be able to win. So yeah, thanks for your time, Doctor, and thanks for everyone who tuned in. We are in tomorrow. Every time we'll be posting who's coming next. So thanks for your time, Dr. Vhugie, and thanks to everyone who.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm actually happy that you're doing this, because I did. Oh, there's a question. Do you pay for residence? Yes, we pay. It's very cheap. Don't worry. You can afford it.
Yes.
It's I don't know exactly how much it is, but it's 900 and something rands. I'm sure they can make it expensive because no, I wouldn't pay over 2,000 rands for this place. But yeah, it's nice. It's like 900 rands. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, I was saying I actually appreciate the fact that you created this. You have this initiative because when I had to choose hospitals and stuff, the research was hard. What time do you usually knock off? Yo, that's a tough one. So I'm supposed to knock off at 4, but I hardly knock off at 4. There are days where I leave 5:30 to 6. There are days like I've never left early actually. That's Tembisa for you. You leave either 4 or later than 4.
Okay. There
was another question. Do they allow visitors at DQ maybe for a weekend? Technically, yeah, they do. They have so many rules here, but we hardly follow. Like, there's no alcohol allowed technically, but obviously people still buy alcohol. When you want a visitor, you need to sign the visitor in and everything. They're just rules. They don't enforce those rules. But if they find out that they expel you from this place, that they will chase you out. They're serious about chasing you out. So whatever you do, just don't just do crazy things. But yeah, they are very strict. As a former SMU student, do you sometimes get looked down upon? If so, how do you deal with it? That's what I used to think, because generally SMU is looked down upon by the big leagues, your UP vets and stuff like that. I am the only intern in my intern group, my small intern group from SMU. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm like, it's me and Dr. Shai. It's the two of us. We actually forgot that we are not from the same universities. You are interns. You're here to work, and your university doesn't reflect on your skill set or whatever. It's personal. If you want to have the confidence, whether you're from SMU or VIT, it's just from you. So that's what I thought at first, especially with Pete. Since I didn't do skills, I felt like I was the underdog. They knew what they were doing and whatever. But with time, I got to learn that they don't care. The regis don't care. The consultant doesn't care, as long as you can do your job. So yeah, don't even put a mind to it. Nobody cares. You won't care with time.
Okay.
Let's see, there's another question. If you didn't get DQ, are there close by residence apartments to rent around the area? Oh, that's a tough one. Not really. Unless you want to stay in Tembisa, which I wouldn't advise. But yeah, so yeah, not really. But because the areas around here is, so we have Tembisa, we have Clayville and Oliphants Fontaine, and then Centurion and Midrand. So most doctors stay in Midrand or Centurion, which is like more than 15 kilometers. You won't find anything less than 15 kilometers away from the hospital. So you will definitely need transport, a car and whatever. And there are not a lot of rooms in DQ. There are three blocks with, I think, 12 apartments in each. So yeah, if you want DQ, when you come for orientation, apply for DQ. If you don't, find a place quickly, and yeah, it's not going to be somewhere close by, like walking distance away. No. Is that it for the question? Yeah, you can sort of like follow up in your question if I didn't give you everything that you needed. So anyways, I was saying that please keep up with this. I wish you could do this even when you're an intern, because this is so much needed. I tell you, the process of applying for internship, choosing and whatever, it's stressful. And it's like you choosing the unknown. You don't know what's out there. And now you have to decide as to where you want to go and stuff like that. So this is a good initiative, and I appreciate you giving me this platform to teach not teach, to sort of like advise,
Sure. Yes, yes, yes.
to advise people on Tembisa. I might have missed this earlier. Sorry, I might have missed this earlier. Were you taken for your first option, Teams? Yes, I was. If you want Tembisa, make it your first option. You're definitely gonna get it because people don't like it here. But yeah, it was my first option and I was taken. Yeah.
Yes, you were saying, Doc.
Yeah, I was saying thank you so much. I don't think I'm the only person you know here in Tembisa. I'm sure you're very connected, but thank you for choosing me to do the interview. And yeah, good luck, guys, with your final year, and enjoy it. Like it's gonna come and pass by so quickly. You'll miss it as an intern. Just enjoy and do your best to learn and experience medicine outside of the working world. Yeah.
I would definitely enjoy all those EOBs, definitely, with no hesitations.
Yeah, the one thing that I won't miss is the exam though. Yeah.
Okay, no, thanks, Doctor. Yeah, thanks, Steve, and thanks to everyone who tuned in today. We'll keep on posted on what's coming tomorrow, day after tomorrow. And thanks to everyone. And again, thank you to Dr. Wungohode. And I'm signing out, guys. If you have any questions, please, it's Dr. Vhugie there on Instagram. I'm not sure she's private, but you can DM her even though she's private. So thank you, guys. Thank you. Cheers.